to be excited about in the spring, but first we have to kind of get ready. We've got to get our tools ready, get into your garages if you have them, or wherever you store all of your landscaping goodies.
Yeah.
And you need to go through and clear out all of the stuff you don't need anymore and sort of restock.
It's amazing what you accumulate.
Yes.
It's amazing. So the first thing is that, you know, this is stuff just for my garage. I'm going to tell you. So I went into my garage yesterday and I took a look at some of the things that I had left over from last year. And a lot of people have the question, are they still good or are they bad? Because they're in the garage and they go through, you know, they're freezing.
Yes.
It's cold. It's not really great. So first off, when it comes to fertilizers, what do you think? Good or bad?
I would keep it until, you know, 2020. I keep everything forever.
So yeah.
Can you keep it?
Yeah, as long as it's stored dry. So as soon as moisture gets into fertilizer, that's when it's going to start to break down.
Yeah.
But as long as you've stored your fertilizer in an area where it's dry, it doesn't matter whether it freezes or it gets too warm, it'll be fine.
Okay,
That's
good.
one that'll be fine. The one thing that you'll be concerned with, the pelletized form, some of the different things to take care of slugs and things like that, that's another one. If it's stored dry, it's fine. The liquids that you have set outdoors that have been frozen solid, then maybe go through an area where they thaw out, freeze again, thaw out, freeze again.
Right.
The ability for this to be active and work well is not going to be great. So those are the ones you may consider that you want to get rid of over time.
Okay.
If you are getting rid of those, they cannot just go into the garbage. There's a whole different protocol that you should be doing to taking them back to a different area. And a lot of the times municipalities will have collection dates.
They do. You got to look them up in your little municipality calendar, right? They'll show you the dates.
Yeah. So
okay, how about these?
This is Trimline. What you'll find is over time that you have Trimline for years and years and years, and it's been in the garage, you'll find sometimes that if you go to bend it, it could actually snap. This one here is still viable, it's still good. We'll keep that one. But if it's really old, you'll go out there and if you're wondering every time you're going to do a trim, it's just breaking, it's breaking, it's breaking, it's breaking.
Done.
That gets frustrating. That's when, you know, the reason why I have bald spots is because I've been pulling my hair out before. That's what I tell people. Pruners.
You know the tools, yes.
It's amazing how many pruners I've collected over the years, and it's some that I care about, some I don't care about.
Well, you're a pro, that's why.
And
so there's
you know,
all sorts of different ones
There's
here.
all sorts. So which one would you throw out? There's
I'm getting
two.
rid of this one.
There's actually two I'd throw out there.
These two?
No, you've picked up the most expensive pruner on the table.
So these ones are very good then?
No, so this guy here definitely, it's rusted,
go, right?
it's terrible. This is a really cheap $10 pruner that I used probably for 3 seasons. Take a look at that. Even if I was to sharpen it, it's done, right?
Yeah.
That's one I'll throw out. This guy over here is another cheapy pruner. Even though it looks really good, it's one that we can't pull apart and sharpen. However, that guy there, which is the Falco #2, this is the cat's meow.
Well, excuse me.
This is the most beautiful pruner you've ever seen. But this one here, we can actually take it to
How could I not see that?
We can either change the blades or take it to a knife sharpener at this time of the year and get it sharpened. The big key is when it comes to pruners and whatnot, last year, let's say that you've been using them, and let's say you've maybe been doing some diseased plants that are out there. What I really want you to do is at this time of year is take some bleach. First thing you're going to do is just a little bit of bleach. Just going to wipe those shears down with the bleach. That's just going to sterilize them, make sure that no disease is going to carry over. And then at the same time, you can actually use a little bit of olive oil and wipe them down just to oil them.
Nice.
So that's really key. So your pruners, get them sharpened. Make sure you throw out the good ones, throw out the bad ones, that is.
And
Tracy would throw out the good ones.
If you treat them right, they should last you for a very good long time.
The reason why these guys are so expensive, you can sharpen them, you can switch the blades. They're going to last you forever. The Falco #2, that's my record number.
Okay. That's his baby.
And I wasn't paid to say that either, I'll tell you. That's just one I love.
Not an ad.
Not an ad. So when it comes to your tools, you're going to notice that they're really dirty. A lot of times you can just use a wire brush just to take all that dirt off or just scrape them off. As well, consider with your spades to sharpen the base of your spade.
Okay.
The reason for that is, let's say they're going to be taking some grass up or anything like that. A sharp spade's really going to help that go through. So you can even take these to your knife sharpener and do that as well. Now, containers.
Yeah.
So if this was filled with soil from last year, what do?
Do you dump out the soil and refill it?
So
fresh?
if you had diseased plants, you had a real bad problem with your plants last year, let's start it off fresh.
Yeah.
If they weren't, I usually like taking the top third out and just putting a third of some new soil that's there. Make sure it's a potting mix. This is one made from recycled tires.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of cool. Feel that?
Oh, it's
rubber
nice and light,
tires.
too. That's great.
And it's frost resistant. So if you're buying pots coming up this year, look for those ones that are not going to crack.
Yes.
Lawnmowers.
Okay, so what do we do about those? We got to think about maintenance.
Maintenance. So if you already have an existing lawnmower, take it in for its general maintenance. If it doesn't have a mulching blade on the bottom, you want to sharpen the blades.
Okay.
Like if somebody took a dull pair of scissors and cut that hair of yours, what would happen?
Stay away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. So your lawn as well, like your hair, wants a nice sharp pair of scissors, and that's what a lawnmower is. If you're considering to purchase a lawnmower, this is the one Yardworks from Canadian Tire. You want to consider the size of your property.
Yeah.
You also want to consider if you have some slopes. This one here is self-propelled, so that's a good idea to be purchasing.
Okay.
The gas mowers are generally good for larger lawns. If it's wet grass, these guys do really well. That one over there, which is a battery-operated one, if you have a small condo, townhouse, something like that, it's light, you can carry it through, and also you never have to go out and get gas.
That's really good. Is this quieter?
100%. It's so quiet. Here,
Way quieter.
I'll come on over here.
Your neighbors will like you more.
Right, watch.
If you have that.
So I'll just fire that up.
Oh gosh. Nothing happened. A million people didn't see that. What?
It works.
It works really